The last Filipino hostage of Hamas has been freed. So far, all Pinoys in Gaza are accounted for since the war there started last month. Peace talks between the government and the National Democratic Front get a fresh start. A final deal is expected early next year. And Smartmatic is now banned from bidding in all Comelec contracts. The poll body says its move will ensure the integrity of elections. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. The last Filipino held captive by Hamas is now free. President Bongbong Marcos himself announced that Norilyn Babadilla is now back in Israel. Babadilla, who holds dual citizenship, was snatched together with her partner Gideon Babani on October 7. They were visiting friends in Kibbutz Kirim when the militant group launched a daring attack on Gaza. Babani was killed while Babadilla remained in Hamas captivity for 53 days. Norilyn is currently undergoing medical evaluation at the Tel HaShomer Hospital in Israel. Meanwhile, Babadilla's relatives were ecstatic at the news of her release.
Sa TV lang po ko po nakita, talagang makikita naman po lahat dito sa TV ang mga nangyayari. Kaya noon pong ma-focus siya sa TV, talagang ako po ay tuwan-tuwa at sure na talagang siya ay makakalabas na. Alamin ko po sa kapatid niya dahil ang kapatid niya po ang nasa ospital na nasasalubong. At bukas po malalaman kung pwede nang dalawin sa ospital dahil kukuha pa rin po kami ng appointment para makapasok.
And on day 5 of the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, 12 more hostages and 30 Palestinian prisoners have been released. The initial 4-day truce was extended by 2 days to allow for more hostage prisoner swap and delivery of humanitarian aid in war-torn Gaza. Israel's military confirmed that among the recently freed Hamas captives were members of its special forces. So far, 81 hostages have been released by the militant group, and they were mostly children and women. It is widely believed that Hamas has taken at least 175 hostages. Mediators are hopeful the truce will be extended some more and could even result in a more permanent pause. Now, back here at home, here are some of the stories out of the transport sector. The Land Transportation Office reported that 60% of vehicles in the country are unregistered. Out of 38 million vehicles nationwide, only 14 million have proper documents. To address this, the LTO vows to enforce a stricter no registration, no travel policy. It will also conduct a registration caravan to encourage vehicle owners to secure legitimate documentation. The NLEX connector in Magsaysay Boulevard, Manila is temporarily closed to motorists until December 4. That segment is undergoing repairs. It has just opened to the public and was supposed to serve motorists from Manila, San Juan, and other cities going to the north via NLEX. Senator Rafi Tulo wants Angkas to fire one of its riders. The rider allegedly stole from and attempted to rape a passenger in Pasig City on November 12. The victim sought the help of the senator via his program Rafi Tulo in Action. The lawmaker is also advising Angkas to have its riders undergo drug testing. Now, a health official is giving health tips amid the Christmas rush and high cases of flu-like illnesses. In an interview with Agenda, DOH Undersecretary Eric Tayag suggested online shopping to avoid crowd this season. He also cautioned against staying outdoors or being in multiple places for too long.
So if you think you are afraid, you're exhibiting symptoms, you can do your online shopping. And then if you really want to feel the air, so make sure you bring your mask. Don't stay 8 hours in a single place. Maybe 2 hours is enough.
We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. Thanks for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The masterminds and gunmen in the Brazen bus shooting in Nueva Ecija has been identified, but the PNP had refused to divulge names. Police spokesperson Jean Fajardo said the local police is already preparing charges that will be filed against the suspects within the week. She added they have a very strong case. Recall that 2 persons were killed in a shooting incident on November 15, a video of which has since gone viral on social media.
Yung NEPO po is very confident na they got the correct persons. As soon as we reveal the names of those responsible, particularly the persons who hired this gunmen, ay malalaman nyo na po at very obvious po kung anong magiging anggulo po dito po sa kaso na ito.
Now, in other news, Comelec has disqualified Smartmatic from participating in future procurements of the poll body. That's according to Comelec Chairman George Garcia in a message to reporters on Wednesday. Without disclosing further details, Garcia said they have to, quote, maintain the integrity of the country's electoral process. The official, however, said that this has nothing to do with a petition against the service provider over alleged irregularities in the 2022 presidential elections. Smartmatic, for its part, said it has not been notified nor has it received a copy of the decision. But it is disappointed with the ruling, saying the company has never been indicted over any election-related contract. Now, moving on to another story, President Bongbong Marcos is trumpeting the revival of peace talks with the National Democratic Front. He described it as a bold, meaningful, and optimistic step towards a non-violent resolution to the armed conflict. The chief executive also called on Filipinos to support the government's effort for peace, national reconciliation, and unity. The joint communique was signed on November 23 in Oslo, Norway. Special Assistant to the President, Antonio Lagdemeo, represented the state, while Luis Halandoni appeared for the NDFP. Now, for their part, security officials are viewing the initial peace agreement with guarded optimism. For the armed forces, operations against the New People's Army will continue until a final deal is reached. On the other hand, Peace Advisor Carlito Galvez clarified that negotiations will be back to square one.
If this conflict will finally end, your armed forces of the Philippines will be able to shift our focus to external or territorial defense. No? So, yung aming pong resources, efforts will be poured into defending our territory. Pero habang wala pa po final agreement, your armed forces will continue our operations against the New People's Army.
Resumption. Basically, kasi iba yung resumption. Ang when you say sa resumption kasi
naputol.
naputol. Ito, we will start anew.
From the start.
From the start talaga. Sinusama na nila.
Sir, yung timeline lang, sir, kailan mag-i-start yun? Meron na po bang?
Sa ngayon, under discussion pa.
Okay.
But most likely, baka before the end of first quarter or mid first quarter.
On a lighter note, Davao City is all lit up, 26 days to go before Christmas. The City Hall is beaming with holiday decors as part of their Pasko Fiesta 2023 celebration. The building also has a colorful Christmas tree that was recently lit in front of hundreds of Davoeños. Visitors can also take pictures by a huge train and a giant teddy bear. And aside from the bright lanterns, the iconic durian fountain is also showcased in the visual treat. Davao City's Pasko Fiesta 2023 will last until December 31st. Now, One News Now will be back tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News. All sides, all the time.